Hey, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be doing some research on Merlin Holmes 1K a day fast track training. Okay, so this is the actual page. You may have seen it before. It's actually a webinar. You can actually log in here, sign up for free. Okay, get access to his webinar. And on the webinar, he's going to give you some details about the training. And at the end, he's going to make you an offer. It's a $997 offer into his 1K a day fast track training. And I'm going to review it in this video, and you can decide at the end whether or not you want to get in and invest $997. And you can make up your mind for yourself based on this review. Okay, so this is something that's really fresh and really new. I like to review stuff which I've never seen before, because I've been doing affiliate marketing now for 11 years, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And Merlin stuff is pretty interesting because it's very different to what a lot of people actually teach. Now he says that he earns, up to $14,000, which by the way is very possible online when you know what you're doing. But for him, he wants you to get started at earning about $1,000 a day, which in itself is a lot of money. I mean, that's like $30,000 a month. That's some significant income. Okay. But let me talk about the strategy, and then you can decide for yourself whether you want to implement it or not. Now, what he does is his strategy is a little bit different. So what he does is he says, okay, what you need to do is you need to sell digital products, which is affiliate marketing. So it's an affiliate marketing training program. It's just the way that he teaches it is different, right? So you would go to a big marketplace like ClickBank or JVZoo, and you can literally sell any product from golfing to music to learning how to lose weight to getting six-pack abs to learning how to generate leads on Facebook and YouTube, learning how to do pottery, or learn how to build a garden in your backyard. Literally, you can sell any product you want. All right, and then once you pick that product, the way that you generate leads to your business is not using Facebook or solo ads or Google, because Facebook and solo ads and Google is what everybody in the industry talks about, right? Now, he talks about sort of second tier ad networks, and I talk about that in my training as well. They're called ad networks, all right? And one of those ad networks that he recommends is something called AdRev, okay? Now, AdRev is a big network where you can basically go there and they have access to hundreds of different online properties, right? Now, one of the online properties that they may have access to is like a news website like USA Today, okay? Now, USA Today, if you come down here to the bottom of USA Today, you'll see a whole bunch of what we call contextual ads, right? So you pay relatively inexpensive money to get access to these contextual ads, right? And once you can use websites like AdRev, okay? And AdRev will basically allow you to get on there, all right, and post your ads on there. Now, once you post your ads on there, then basically that's how you get cheaper clicks, right? And USA Today is just one example. You can get access to places like Huffington Post and BBC.co.uk and things like that, right? And then what he says is, okay, so after you get access to all these different websites, what you need to do then is you need to drive leads directly to a page, like a poll page, POLL, right? That will polarize people, that will say, hey, are you interested in learning how to have a better golf swing? Yes. If you're not interested in getting a better golf swing, click no, right? And then if you click yes, you get people to raise their hand and say that they're interested. It puts them onto your email list, okay? And then after that, what happens is you start sending them emails about that particular offer, about golf, and it gets sent to the offer page of the product that you're promoting. Does that make sense, right? So the strategy is very similar. That's basically affiliate marketing. The only change that he has here is he teaches you a different traffic strategy, which is slightly cheaper than Facebook and solo ads and Google, okay? And the other thing that he teaches is he teaches you to use capture pages that have polls instead of just asking people straight for their email address, all right? But here's the thing, okay? Now, with this strategy, there's a pros and cons, okay? The pro is that it's very different to what a lot of people are teaching, all right? That's the first thing, which means that it's unique and you might get some results from it. But the second problem, the problem with this strategy is that you still have to spend money on advertising, and you still have to test and tweak to find out which traffic sources and which offers work the best for what you're doing, if that makes sense, okay? So just because it's a brand new strategy, or it's a strategy that a lot of people haven't seen before, doesn't mean that you don't have to spend a lot of money on testing. You still do, because websites like USA Today, even though it does garner a lot of traffic, there's a lot of untargeted traffic there, right? So people still have to click on the banner on your ad, they have to land on your capture page, and they have to decide whether or not they want to be interested in golf or not. And then it leads them directly to a sales page. So people are still being sold to, even though they did raise their hand. Now, some people will buy, but some people won't buy, if that makes sense. Okay. And so you have to spend enough money to test, to find which ads are profitable and which ads aren't profitable. All right. So with this strategy, it can work, but it's one of those paid strategies where you're going to have to spend a little bit of money in order to find out what works and what doesn't. Okay, so it's a decent training, don't get me wrong, and it's very different to what a lot of people have been teaching out there. But it's still a strategy where you still have to keep the winners and ditch the losers. That's what it's called, right? Which means that you have to spend quite a bit of money in order to find the winners and ditch the losers. Okay, the whole polling thing, it's kind of a gimmick, because if you really think about it, on a normal capture page, people are only going to opt in if they're interested anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's a yes or a no, or whether you have a yes or no button. If people aren't interested, they're just not going to enter their email address, right? So if you have a poll, it's just an additional step to get them to raise their hand. But if they weren't interested in the first place, they wouldn't even click on the yes, or they wouldn't even have entered the email address. Okay. So the real trick here that he's teaching you is using another type of traffic source to get cheaper leads than, places like Facebook or Google or YouTube. Okay, if that makes sense. But you're still going to have to spend money to test out which works and which doesn't. So it's an okay piece of training, right? I'll let you decide whether you want to invest $997 from it. I still think that there is a big margin of error, and not everybody's going to be successful with this strategy, because you still have to do a lot of testing and tweaking. So I'll leave that for you to decide. Okay, but it's a pretty decent program. I mean, it's something that's new. It's something that I've never seen before, which is pretty cool. All right. But yes, you're still going to have to spend quite a bit of money to test out what works and what doesn't. All right. So that's my review of Merlin's 1K a day fast track. All right. Listen, if you're here right now, you might be like, Aaron, listen, I'm looking for a way to make money online, right? So I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe you're brand new, or maybe you've been doing this for a very, very long time. It doesn't really matter. I would still like to show you a way that I've been doing it, because I've been online for 11 years and I failed for a long time. Just like a lot of people that come into affiliate marketing or try to make money online, a lot of people fail because they don't really know what they're doing, right? And so from 2009 to 2016, I failed for 8 long years. I spent more than $90,000. That's a lot of money. Okay. Failed for ages and ages and ages. And it wasn't really until 2016 that I figured out how to really, do affiliate marketing properly. And it's completely different from the way that Merlin teaches. So Merlin teaches the strategy of spending ads and finding what works and what doesn't, which is an okay strategy, right? A lot of people teach that. But the way that I learned it and finally got into profit is to find a way to build a relationship with people online. That's very important, because if someone can trust you on the internet, if they live halfway across the world, that's how you win. That's how you get dollars from them. That's how they physically want to take out their credit card, because they want to buy from you because they trust you, if that makes sense, right? So the way that this works is you need to find a way to build likability and trust, and not just recommend them a whole bunch of random things and see which ones stick and which ones don't. That's also a way to do affiliate marketing, but I find that that's a very expensive way to do it, right? The easier way is to build likability so people will want to buy whatever you're selling, as long as it's in the industry that they're interested in learning about. Does that make sense, right? So if you would like to learn how to, get 500% ROI, because that's what I'm doing and that's what I'm teaching my students how to do. I've got hundreds of students all over the world. I quit my full-time job in April 2019. I had tripled my old corporate income at that time, doing even better now, teaching hundreds of people all over the world how to do this, how to magnetize people towards you, how to build a relationship with them virtually online, how to get them to know, like, and trust you so that you can recommend pretty much any product you want, then I would love to teach you how to do this in a free training workshop. Okay, so all you need to do is click the link right below this video. It's in the description below. Once you land on that website, enter your best email address because I'll send you this free training directly to your email inbox. Okay, now make sure you check your spam folder because sometimes email, these days it ends up in spam. All right, and the training will be either in your inbox or your spam box. Okay, and then you can go through it. It's super detailed. It's going to show you how to do all this stuff in a lot of detail, and I'm absolutely certain that you're going to love it, and it's really going to educate you on how this stuff really works. All right, now if you want to go down the route of what Merlin's teaching you, then you can check out his 1K a day fast track program, or if you want, you can click the link below, and I can show you a little bit more about how I'm able to generate 500% return on investment inside of my business and create this very similar results, but using a slightly different strategy where you don't have to spend as much money testing and tweaking, and it's more about building relationships online virtually and using systems